The Hong Kong economy grew modestly in the second quarter of 2013 by 3.3% in real terms over a year earlier, slightly up from the 2.9% growth in the first quarter. Total goods exports grew 6.2% in real terms in the second quarter over a year earlier, slower than the first quarter's 8.8% growth. Services exports increased 8.1%, thanks to a significant acceleration in visitor spending. The labor market remained broadly stable in the second quarter, with unemployment steady at 3.3%. The residential property market cooled off markedly after the government's introduction of demand management measures in late February. Residential property prices edged up just 1% during the second quarter, a notable moderation from the 5% growth in the preceding quarter. Inflation remained largely stable in the first half of 2013. Headline consumer price inflation was 4% in the second quarter, up from 3.7% in the first quarter. The underlying CPI nudged up to 3.9% in the second quarter, from 3.8% in the first. The headline and underlying consumer price inflation forecasts for 2013 are revised slightly downward to 4.3% and 4% respectively, from 4.5% and 4.2% in the previous round. The GDP growth forecast for 2013 as a whole is revised to 2.5 to 3.5%, from 1.5 to 3.5% in the May round.
This revision reflects basically two things. The first one is the downside risk to the global economy have receded somewhat. The data on the advanced economy has been more positive in recent months, and Euro debt crisis has stabilized somewhat. And the second point is domestic demand in Hong Kong, or domestic sector in Hong Kong, has remained resilient and should remain resilient in the rest of this year. Consumer sentiment will be supported by the favorable labor market conditions. And on top of that, there will be hectic public sector infrastructure works going on. And also, there will be further robust expansion of inbound tourism to support our consumption market. And then the budget measures announced earlier this year will also provide some support to local economy. So taking all these factors into account, we have made that adjustment to our forecast.